Good evening, friends. Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. Welcome to a very, 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 very special edition of Achieving Wellness. Thank you, everyone, for being here. Look at who we have. I am so honored. We have Susan Lynn with us.
Hey, everybody. It's good to be here.
Woo, 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 woo. I'm so excited. Seriously, I was sitting backstage and I'm telling you, Susan, like I could barely form a sentence together. I'm so excited. I'll try to calm down. Sorry. Okay.
I'm excited to be here too.
Hello to everyone in the chat. There's so many wonderful people here. Thank you so much for being here, you guys. I know there's lots going on, and this is a special night. Normally we're on Wednesdays, but Susan was super, super busy and very accommodating. So I jumped at the chance to be able to have her on the channel. So thank you, Susan, for doing that for us. Truly.
You're so welcome. You're so welcome.
So I'm going to ask Susan Lynn some questions. My famous little tiebreaker, icebreaker kind of questions. Let some more people roll into the chat, and then we'll get to business, and we'll get to know Susan Lynn in a way that maybe some of us don't. We're going to talk about the damn thing, and then we'll maybe do some readings. So, first question for you, Susan Lynn. Would you say that you're an organized person, a disorganized person, or an organized chaos type of person?
Organized chaos.
Perfect answer. What's your favorite thing to do on your day off? I mean, you rarely get one, I'm sure, but what is your favorite thing to do? How does Susan Lynn relax?
Well, I'll give you a few. I love to garden. I would say that's something I do even in between sessions. I go outside, I ground myself with Mother Nature, I check on the plants, I just get some vitamin D, So I love to be outside in any capacity, actually. So probably gardening, with my dog, hanging out with my dog, those kinds of things.
Love that. Love that. All right. If you could time travel to any year, which I don't know, maybe you've already done this. It seems like kind of a silly question considering who I'm talking to. What year would you time travel to?
You know what's weird is I just got 2025. Ooh, I wonder what's going to happen in 2025. That's not far. I don't think I want to go backwards. I'm already, outside of the line. I mean, I would have been a loudmouth broad. You know what I mean? I'm pretty sure that my lives were short. But the first thing that came to my mind was 2025. I don't know. That's interesting. I'll make a note in the calendar that I was talking to Kelly, and 3 years ago.
Right. I think it's really interesting because I've asked several people this question, and only yourself and one other person picked the future. Everyone else picked in the past. So that's just really interesting to me. All right.
Well, what would you choose?
I would like to go back to the year I was born.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Now, are we staying there or are we just visiting?
Just visiting.
Okay. All right.
Just visiting.
Okay.
I would like to go back to the year that I was born. I'd like to literally, well, I don't know that I want to be at my birth, if you know what I'm saying, but I'd like to be around my family, my mom and my dad and the grandparents, and sort of watch that moment unfold and see the excitement and, all that.
Oh my God, what a great idea.
Yeah.
That's a great idea. I love that. There's so much love, right? You're brought into into life, and you're surrounded by love, by the people that you love.
That's the story that they tell us. We don't know if it's true. That's why I want to go back, confirm.
You want to confirm it? Well, you must be pretty sure.
Well, what's really funny about that real quickly. So when I was born, I ruptured my mom's appendix on the way out.
Oh.
And so we had to be separated. And when they brought me to her, she thought that she had the wrong baby because my mom is blonde haired and I had this jet black kind of. They used to, my hair looked like I was like one of those toilet seat covers back in the day, like the carpet they put on the toilet seat. I had that much hair, and my mom was like, "Who is that?" So,
what baby is that?
Yeah, she literally thought they delivered her the wrong baby. So, I would like to go back just to make sure. My whole life could be different, Susan.
Okay, you go, girl. You got your ticket.
I know, right?
Punch your ticket.
What's your favorite song to sing out loud or dance to? Do you have like a theme song that just makes you want to like just give it a little boogie?
I'm starting to realize just how much space my guides take up in my mind. I mean, I would say that I love Motown,
Yes.
actually. So I love some Motown music, but my guides speak to me quite often in songs. So right now they're singing "We Are the Champions" by Queen.
Love it. Love it. I was listening
Which
to
Allie, Allie loves.
Yes, she does. I was listening to Ain't No Mountain High Enough when you were coming in. So
Perfect. Yeah, right. Exactly.
My jam.
Yeah.
All right. Now this is maybe, I hope it's not too personal, but is there something that you have that is of significant sort of sentimental value to you that just brings you joy and just makes you feel happy every time you sort of look at it or glance at it? Is there something that you possess, like a little tchotchke or piece of jewelry or piece of furniture?
Probably yeah, it's usually in the camera, but I can't pick it up. But it's a birch bark basket, handmade birch bark basket that I got in Vermont.
Beautiful.
So it's like one of those things that no matter how many times you downsize, it's that one thing that you keep, that kind of travels with you through all these iterations of your life.
Absolutely. You know what I thought you were going to say? I thought you were going to show us your which I noticed is not there. So I wonder if maybe you've moved it, but it used to have your big vase or container with all the balls in it.
Oh yeah, it's there. It's heavy, and it's over there now. It's and I found another ball. I found 2 balls this week. Significant times for me. One ball I found after I did the short video that you mentioned before we came live, where I was putting peanut butter on that terrible old bread, and I was asking for a human manual, and then the next day they sent me a song and then a ball. So they basically answered that, right? So they don't always do that. So
quickly and in sync,
right? But
interesting.
But it's interesting. I found 2 things with the number 4. So this thing I did a video about. I found this number 4, which is a really torn up old card. 4 is foundation. I found this when I was going to do my first ever solo class. Now I teach classes all the time with Kim of Medium Kim. But I found this on the day that I was going to teach the class. And then I found this later, much later, a month later, when when I decided to do some different classes. So I'm going to be announcing soon, hopefully, some different classes. So 4 is foundation, right? So
that's cool.
The more you ask, the more you ask to work with them, the more they'll work with you. You know what I mean? If you ask for signs and then just kind of be easy with it, they'll put them in front of you.
I have this lovely sign that sits beside me here that I bought for my mom. It was like a whole $8. I bought this for my mom. This was just a couple of days before she passed. And I brought it home, and it literally, if this is not within my eye shot, I feel some sort of way. It just makes me feel good, and I guess sort of grounded when I have this within my sort of my span of my eyes, right? Just sort of makes me feel comfy, makes me feel like I'm where I'm supposed to be, if that makes sense. So
absolutely,
everybody has those particular things, right?
It's like a touchstone, so to speak.
Yeah. So thank you for answering those questions. Thank you to everyone who is in the chat. There are so many wonderful people here. We've got Ron and Janet P and Vivian and Susie Gemini and Starfish HHI and Anna Banana and Ron Unconditional Love and Lauren and so many wonderful people are here. Thank you so much, everyone, for being here. MK Karen and Cardamancy Mesquite, Faye. My goodness. Butterfly Kiss is healing. Pure Visionary is in here. Sun Psychic Jean is here. Hello, hello, hello. Jackie, everybody, Nancy Riker. My goodness. Even my husband was in here saying hello, which is great.
Awesome.
He's my moderator in chief. So,
oh, wonderful.
He keeps us all safe and tries to peddle cake for like virtual cake for subscriptions for me.
Well, I have to admit, I saw the offer of cake and I thought, sign me up.
Yeah.
How do we get our cake? You guys know I love cake. Do you know I love cake? Maybe
no,
not.
I didn't know that.
I talk about donuts and cheese, but cake
good.
is for real.
For real. I love it. So everyone that's in the chat, thank you again for being here. This is the wonderful and fantastic Susan Lynn, Psychic Medium. I have been a fan of hers since I first watched her on Allie's show on the Sundays. And I subscribed as soon as I found Susan Lynn. And then I went to her channel when I got a notification one day, and she did this wonderful exercise called the damn thing. And as everyone here may or may not know, most of you do know that I have diagnosed anxiety, panic disorder, and depression. And I am always on the lookout for a new tool, a new exercise, something that speaks to me that I can use to help myself, stay calm, stay grounded, stay centered, stay focused, whatever the case may be. And for whatever reason, this exercise that Susan Lynn did totally spoke to me. I heard it. I understood it. I wrote it down. I got out my notepad, right? Rewind until I got all the words written down. And I just see Purple Elephant Deb H says, I love the damn thing video. So I'm not alone here. So it just spoke to me, and I have wanted for so long to talk about it, but I felt like this is your exercise, right? You explain it in a way that only Susan Lynn can explain it, with a little bit of that, Susan Lynn kind of attitude, and I love that. So that's what we're going to talk about real quick, and then Susan Lynn is going to be kind enough to do some readings for us. So we get out our notebook and we break it down. How do we break it down, Susan Lynn? Not to put you on the spot, because I know you said you're kind of like, do I remember this exercise?
I love this spirit. I love this, and I'm going to be honest and say that I'm completely being facetious, but I love that spirit has put me on the spot. As I said, this is something that they talked to me when I was on vacation in New Mexico.
Right.
And they made me throw my back out so that I had to sit by the lake in a chaise lounge and do this whole class. But I never did the class. I haven't done it yet. So they have pushed me. And I did agree to do the class. I told them I would do the class.
Right.
So anyway, here I am. They're doing it to me, right? They're putting me on the spot. I honestly don't remember. I swear I channeled. You guys don't believe me, but I channel this stuff. I don't remember my readings. I really don't. Oh, maybe you didn't know that. So I don't remember my readings. I don't remember when I tell you guys when I do videos and I say, I have no idea if this has made any sense. That's because I literally cannot remember what I said. Okay. And I don't know if it makes sense.
I've heard you say that before, but I didn't know that the damn thing was channeled from a spirit.
Everything is.
That's really interesting. So as far as I remember about the damn thing, so the damn thing is a breakdown of understanding what we are stressing about, right? It was an exercise where we were putting our thoughts on a piece of paper and saying to ourselves, so what is it that I'm worried about? What is the thing that's causing me stress today?
Right.
And then the next point was,
it's a lot about fear.
Exactly. And for those of you that don't know, and this is very difficult for a lot of people to understand, anxiety is based on fear. So diagnosed anxiety is based on fear. And it is not fear in the way that I'm afraid to fly. That's not the kind of fear. This is, I'm going to be eaten by like snakes
Primal.
or something.
It's primal, right? I'm getting the word primal.
Yeah, it is. It is like, imagine the most scariest thing that you can ever imagine for yourself, and like, times two kind of idea.
Okay. So yeah, go ahead, dear. I'm sorry.
No. So I think that the next thing was, okay, so this is when you start to break it down, right? So this is the thing I'm stressed about. What is it making me feel? Right? Which is where the fear part comes in. And then once you got past the what is it making me feel, then I believe that we went into, okay, so why do I think I'm feeling that? Like, what's the significance of that feeling? Right? What is that tapping into? What's that speaking to? And then I believe that the next step was trying to sort of, I don't know how to articulate this. It wasn't really a pro and a con for it, but it was kind of like, like there's a negative part and then try to find the positive part of it to balance it out so that it seemed less fearful, right? And then I think that the next part was sort of like, what's the worst thing that could possibly happen? If this happens to me, what's the worst thing that's going to happen? Which brings me to another point, because I would like to just say this, because I recently learned this probably within the last 2 years, and I can't believe that at 56 years of age that I literally just never thought of it like this. Avoidance breeds anxiety. So
oh my God.
when you have diagnosed anxiety, you have a tendency to bury your head in the sand and avoid anything that scares you, which pretty much is everything in my case. So thinking that you are literally protecting yourself, you end up completely exposing yourself. You're doing the complete opposite thing of the thing that you were trying to do. And that's why this exercise spoke to me, because I was like, oh my God, I actually have to be accountable for what I'm doing without making me feel like I was doing something incorrectly. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So that's why I thought it was really, really great. And then I think that when you got to the end of the exercise, you pretty much could see your thoughts on a paper, sort of like how when you journal, right? You can sort of like work it all out. And when you got to the bottom of the exercise, I mean, I know I'm missing some steps, but I think when you got to the bottom of the exercise, the thing that you were worried about at the top is not at all the way that it now that it looks on the bottom. And now you can sort of see it in the clear light that it was meant to be in. Do you know what I mean? Without all your what's the word? Without all that noise putting its paws and it's kind of like, that big cloud sort of over top of it. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Are the guides telling you I'm right on?
Yes. Yes. No, they're absolutely telling you you're right. And you're telling me this, and honest, swear to God, I don't know if you guys are going to believe this, but I literally get in this chair, turn this light on, turn the camera on, and I just start talking. There were no notes. It was not planned. It just happens. So, but yes, absolutely. So, yeah, the key is, what is the damn thing, right? Like, so we spend so much time trying to figure out what is our soul path, or what are we supposed to be doing?
Yes.
What am I supposed to be doing? I feel lost. I feel stuck. So those are some steps. If you watch that video, there's some steps in there to help you discover that.
Yeah, because that feeling is real, for those people who think that, having any type of anxiety is real, but having diagnosed anxiety versus regular everyday anxieties are two totally different things. And they can come very close, but it's the physical reaction to the diagnosed anxiety which makes it different from regular anxieties of daily life. And so I will find the link for that video if I have to search all day, and I will plug it into the bottom of this video in the description box so that everyone can go. If you're not already, of course, subscribed to Susan Lynn, please do that. I'm sure that the mods are sticking the links all in the chat for us. It is in the description box, Susan Lynn's channel. Not only is she amazing psychic medium, but she's also a phenomenal human being. And that's one of the things I said to her before we got started. I love that she just cares about people. She's not just here, channeling spirit. She's literally giving us tools to help us be able to navigate these tricky times that we find ourselves in. And just so grateful for that exercise. So I will find it. I will post it. And before I get crazy and say anything before I'm supposed to say it, do you have anything that you would like to share? Anything that's coming up for you? You talked about your classes. Anything you want people to know?
Well, you know what came up is you brought up something interesting. And so I'm always learning. Always. Like today during a session, the guides gave me this amazing practice, which we can do today if you want.
Awesome.
And I was like, so when I'm doing sessions, right, I don't remember the sessions either. So I have to write notes so that while they're talking to me and my client's talking to me, like I can find my way again. Mm-hmm. And I literally paused and said, I got to write this down because it was phenomenal. So I'll tell, that's one thing. But another thing I want to say is that you said something really important. You said, and I'm going to get it wrong, but this is what they're telling me, avoidance. Something about avoidance. I mean, basically what you said is avoidance just makes everything worse, which is true.
Avoidance breeds anxiety, and my therapist.
Anxiety.
Yeah.
So that's a really key point that you could add to that video. What are you avoiding in your life?
Yeah.
Just stop right here. What are you avoiding? Why are you avoiding it?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that
Absolutely.
holds the keys to so many things.
It does. Yeah.
that you can extrapolate to all throughout your whole life. So for instance, for me, like numbers, like literally accounting and numbers makes me anxious beyond, like it just wrecks my world. So every April, I'm not in a good place.
Right.
And I've always owned my own business. And so it's complicated. I don't understand it. I feel very unempowered. So this year I asked my guides to lend me or to send me a helper guide just to help me do my taxes. And I did it all in one day. I sat down at 10 a.m. I got up at 4 p.m. I didn't pee break. I didn't eat. I didn't drink, nothing. But, so I avoid numbers.
Yeah.
Now, where did that come from? Right? Is that from a past life? Quite possibly. Is that from my childhood? Because my dad was so good with numbers. My dad had an 8th grade education, but did trigonometry.
Right.
So to him, it just came so easily. So I could probably follow that bread trail of the fact that I don't like numbers all the way back to something that I don't remember.
Right.
Something that somebody said to me about not being good enough.
Exactly.
Not being 100%. Smart enough.
Yeah, that's what
you know what I mean? You're never going to be this because you can't do math, right? Yes. So now how did that not good enough about numbers manifest in other areas of my life that I'm not even aware of? So something that I would invite everybody to think about is blind spots. This is something they've been talking about a lot.
Yes.
We all work on ourselves. We look, we peer into our shadows. We try to own up to whatever it is that we need to work on.
Yeah.
But then what happens when something comes in the blind spot, just like in your car?
Yes.
You can't see that car next to you because it's in your blind spot. And it catches you by surprise and you're like, my God, how did that ever happen to me?
Right.
I thought I dealt with that, or I thought that, but you're just shocked, right?
Yeah.
So
what I think is really interesting about that point is for me personally, and I try to talk about this as often as I can on my channel. The power that we hold over the negative voice in the back of our mind is something that we give up on a daily basis, hourly sometimes.
Hallelujah.
And it is really a muscle memory type thing. It's no different than thinking about, when you potty train your little ones, right? You really have to stay on top of it. It is difficult. And for me, mirror work has been my best friend in order to get that negative voice to stop. And I'm at the point when Kelly's good, and I have far more good days than I ever do bad days now, thank God, double touch wood. So that's still true. I literally just say, you know what, I'm not listening to that. Sorry. And I literally can shut it off. It took me a long time to get to that point, and I don't mean to trigger anyone who's listening, because I know it's not that easy. I'm not trying to minimize it. It takes a lot of work to turn that off. But I think that that's exactly what you're saying. If you have a fear of something, it's going to come back to you in so many ways, right? Because it's a broad spectrum, and it's going to keep, hello, wait, no, you can't do that. You're afraid of that. Remember, you're afraid. And then that fear just sort of spirals and becomes like this big umbrella, right? So it's really important to tell that negative voice, no, thank you. I'm not listening to that. I'm not interested in that.
Perfect.
Yeah.
That's really, really good. That's so valuable what you just said.
Well, thank you.
It really is. It's the foundation.
No. I'm so crazy tonight. All right, my friend. I think that that's super interesting. So do you have anything else that you want to share?
So and somebody in chat just said tapping. Tapping works for people too. So, right, these are all little tools in your tool belt. Pull them out and use them.
Yeah, I have a tapping video on the channel if anyone wants to view it. I've done it a couple of times. My tapping exercise, in full disclosure, I'm not a medical professional. This is for entertainment purposes only. But as I said, I have anxiety, panic disorder, and it was given to me by my therapist to help me calm down in times of panic. So before I hit a panic attack, or while I am on the precipice of a panic attack, I could use this exercise to literally bring myself back to a place where I can function. And what it does is, it's the vagus nerve. The vagus nerve is the nerve that carries the adrenaline through your body. So you're hitting it in certain points to sort of slow that motion down, slow that movement down. Real quick, it's underneath your eyes, right here on your sort of cheekbones. I mean, I don't have ones because I got big cheeks, but anyways, you know what I mean. Then you move to your collarbone. This is when I usually start doing some deep breaths. Counts to 20, 25, right? Then you take your hand and you place it over your heart real light. This is when I start talking to myself. I'm like, you're okay, you're fine, you're going to be okay. Then you do the chicken dance. So it's right here for the ladies in the audience. It's right where the bra strap is. You do the funky chicken, which, that in itself just makes me giggle, right? And then you repeat. And what you're doing is you're literally slowing the flow of the adrenaline down, which is what's helping you to calm down. So it is on the channel. Anyone can go check it out. And honestly, it's just instant for me. Anyway, so I hope that helps anyone who's needing it.
That's fantastic. I felt calm just watching you doing it.
Oh, there you go. Thank you for saying that. So I think that's super information that you've shared with us. Thank you, Susan. Seriously.
You're welcome. You did most of the good sharing. You did most of the good sharing. The guides love mirror work. They love all the things you talked about. It's raising your vibration. It's everything. It'll change your whole life, and it'll also bring you in resonance with your spirit guides so that they can communicate with you easier.
Yeah, it did me. It changed my life. Coming to this community and finding the support that I found here, and implementing some of the tools and some of the information that I've heard and that has been shared with me. I had a reading with Sun Psychic Jean that was life-changing.
Fantastic. She's in the chat, I think.
Yes, she is. I had Allie and Scott did a show where I holding on to some stuff and I needed to forgive, and I didn't at that point no one had explained how to forgive in a way that I could understand. And so I asked Scott Allen, and he took the time to answer the question.
I love that. I love that.
And Allie had done a show previous to that about rituals and ceremonies. And so I sort of put it together. And when I started my channel, that was the thing that I wanted to do. So I did a live forgiveness ceremony out in my backyard.
Wow.
Where I wrote letters and I burned them in the fire pit. And that was a significant release. And, I am nowhere healed by any stretch of the imagination, but I definitely have more peace in my heart today than I have over the last
Wow.
10 years. So we're definitely on our way. And so these kinds of things, these information sharing sessions, just something as simple as what we talked about, or the damn thing exercise, is massive to people. It literally can change life. Just saying hello in the chat can save someone's day. So, right.
Our community, I mean, just like you said, Scott Allen took the time to help you, Gene, all
Yep.
these people, they're all so giving.
Yes.
And it's just like you say too, I see things happen in the chat in every live video where somebody gets the support they need. Maybe
Yes.
it's just a, hey, I air hugs, or, you know what I mean? Sending you love and light.
Yes.
It's amazing. It's really a magical community. It
It
really is.
really is. It really is. And I wear the like a badge of honor that I was a chatter first. That
Yes.
is where I love to be, is in the chat. And they picked me up and lifted me up and carried me around and held my hand. And honestly, that's, in my mind, that's where Circle of Friends came from, because they are my circle of friends, which is,
I love it.
that collaborative channel with Allie. Don't forget everyone to subscribe to that, by the way. Shameless plug, Kelly, shameless plug. But
It's just a reminder.
But literally it is the truth. So I want to put this up on the screen. Melissa Miller says, it's taken me a lifetime, but I'm so much better now. And that right there, honestly, like, it brings tears to my eyes, because I know what that feeling is like. And having that little bit of peace come back to you is, I mean, honestly, it's like you hear music when you come walking in the room, and it's just, I mean, you want to jump up and click your heels together. It's just such a wonderful, exhilarating feeling to feel happy, especially when you felt, and I'm not speaking for Melissa, but speaking for myself, especially when you felt like, God, if I could just have one day where I wasn't, upset or scared or fearful or worried or panicked or whatever. And now I have so many days when I don't even think about it. It's just an amazing, amazing feeling. I wish that for everyone. Truly, I do. Joanne Hall says, I wish I would have found this community a long time ago. It's only been a couple of months, but it's been wonderful. I love that. I love that you found the community, Joanne, and that you're finding it doing for you what you need it to do for you. That is wonderful. I love that.
When you're ready, the teacher will appear.
Right? That's beautiful. All right. So dare I say, if anyone would like a little reading from Susan, all of a sudden, now keep in mind, we don't have a lot of time, guys. So, Gypsy JJ is agreeing, saying that this is an amazing community. Lauren's saying this community has been a lifesaver for me. Also, it is wonderful to feel so safe and welcomed. And Lauren, I know that Lauren has been working very, very, very hard on herself, and she's doing a phenomenal job. So shout out to my friend Lauren. I love that. Oh, thank you, Blessed 1111. She's saying today is my first time on this channel. I hope you come back.
Yes. So typically, say it again, you normally do this on Wednesdays.
Yes, so I do Achieving Wellness at 7 p.m. Eastern every Wednesday. Every Friday at 3 p.m. I have Think Spirit It's Friday, where I usually have a guest on, and we do a collective general read for what's happening for the weekend, and then we toss some funny adult cards. There's usually a conga going on in the chat. We just have a great time. It's letting our hair down, and we just have a blast. And then, I jump on for spot readings here and there, and we just have generally a really, really good time. It's a safe community, and we have really loyal people that come to the chat and are very, very supportive. So I do hope everyone comes back. Yay. So this is our first question. This is from Pierrette. What are my gifts?
Pierrette, they're telling me you're a seer. Now, when I say what your gifts are, here's the thing about our gifts, okay? You can be clairvoyant, which is seeing, psychic seeing, and then have it switch up, and all of a sudden you're clairsentient, which is psychic feeling. These things can change, okay? But when I go into your energy, I feel like you have psychic abilities, Purette. I feel like you have, when I'm looking at your picture, if that is your picture, I feel like you know things. You've said, I don't know how I know, but I know. So just for people in the chat that watch this video, if you've ever said, I don't know how I know, but I know, and I trust it, that's a psychic hit. That's psychic communication.
I've got my color cards out here, and normally I'm shuffling away, but I literally have one hand on the mouse, so I've just like spread them out and I pulled one. Pierrette, I got this lovely, gorgeous amber card. Look at that. It looks like butterscotch or like some kind of. Isn't that beautiful? So Amber, awaken your creativity. So I'm not sure if you're having difficulty connecting, knowing what your gifts are. Maybe you could do it in a way through creativity. Maybe that could help sort of bring it to the surface. Someone channeled me a message a long time ago and told me, to be creative and do oracle cards. And I bought myself a deck of cards, just blank ones, and put, my.
Oh my God, that's cool.
And I now have a deck of oracle cards that are 98 cards thick. I just keep adding to it, but it was a wonderful experience to write down the phrases and the words that I wanted, and to be very articulate about that. I hope that helps. All right. Who do we have next? We have Valerie S. Valerie S. would like a message, please.
Let me tap in, Valerie. The first thing I want you to know is everything is going to be okay. I think, Valerie, you might be the kind of person who doesn't show that they're worried. Like they have the duck on the water. The duck above the water is perfectly composed, and the duck under the water is going. This is what I think your energy represents to me, is you're worried about something, but you're not really openly talking about it. So the thing that you're worried about, it's going to be okay. It might not be the okay that you want it to be. It might not be exactly the way you want it to turn out, but someone is telling me that it's going to be okay. It's your guides, but it's also quite possibly a grandfather.
Interesting.
What do you think, Kelly?
Well, I've got this for you. So this is from the Empath Empowerment deck. And by the way, it's got the same colors as Valerie's hearts, which are for you.
Oh my God, it sure does. Wow.
Okay. So this is by Dr. Judith Orloff. I love this deck. So practice self-soothing. And I love this message. So the message on the bottom of the card reads, you have the power to comfort yourself when you are upset. Place your hand gently over your heart. Send yourself unconditional love to ease your tension and frustration. And I would add, it's like putting your hand over your heart and listening to your heartbeat, reminding yourself that you are who you are. Stand tall, stand proudly. Imagine a sunflower, right? Planted in the ground, the head's down. Lift your head up, look up at the sun, and just soak all that energy up. Let that just come into you. Let it flow all through your love, and then let it shoot right back out into the universe. Just keep telling yourself that you are enough. Like I said before, you got to teach that negative, whatever that guy is up there, whatever you want to call it. No, thank you. I'm not interested in that today. I'm not buying that. I bought those before. I'm taking them back. I'm returning them. I want my money back. Right? That's what you got to tell it. Because I think you're phenomenal, Valerie.
Wow, Kelly, that's awesome.
Why, thank you, my friend. Susan, Lynn, and I are buddies. I've decided.
Let's be buddies.
All right. So this is Vivian. Vivian says, what do I need to know now from Spirit, please?
Are those cats or what are those?
Yes, those are kitty cats.
Vivian, it's interesting. So I immediately get, for you, I'm getting a little bit of a shamanic message. I'm getting like a power animal for you. And I don't know, it's going to be a, that's quite interesting. So the first power animal that came through for me, for you, to me, was a fox. The second power animal was a humpback whale. So I don't remember what the fox, I don't remember what the energy is for these things. But I'm going to be honest with you. The fox feels like it represents somebody else. It feels like it represents somebody in your circle, in your outer circle, perhaps. The humpback whale is you. It's, tell me you didn't get a whale card or a fox card.
No, but I got all kinds of fish. That just freaked me out. And there she is doing a deep dive. Wisdom.
Yes, deep dive. There you go. Wisdom. That's what I would say. The whale is, so the fox is cunning but quick and doesn't have the stamina. Okay. So it's a little bit, the energy feels irritating to me. Like a trickster. But you're the mom, you're, you know, you just beautiful energy that comes to the surface and breathes and then deep dives into the wisdom. You've got the longevity. So whoever this fox is in your energy, they're irritating, nipping at you. They're not long lasting. It's not long lasting energy.
Beautiful.
What else did you get, Kelly?
That was it. I just pulled that card. And
what do you think about the deep dive?
I mean, well, see, now I know Vivian.
You do? Okay.
I know that Vivian is everywhere all the time, just like you said, trying to do everything for everyone. And I also know her to be like a very loving, embracing type of individual. And I feel
maternal.
Yeah, exactly. She could have a fox in the hen house, not because of anything that she did, just because someone just decided that, you know what I mean?
Yeah. It's not anything that you did, Vivian. This is outer circle. This is just somebody that's kind of irritating you. Their energy is a little bit immature, trickstery, you know, like playful. You know how people pretend to be playful, but they're really not. They're really nipping.
Like, oh, sorry, I didn't mean that, but they really, really did. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly. Absolutely. That's lovely.
You're beautiful. Your spirit is beautiful. You're doing your thing, girl.
She absolutely
You're in your element. You're in your element.
Ooh. See, now that's cool, Vivian. I like that.
Because the whale's in the water. You're in your element.
Yeah, I love that. So next up we have Cheryl Beard, and thank you, Cheryl, for being here. What is my gifts? I felt deaths before it happens of my family. So that's clear sentient, right? Is that clear sentient?
Yeah, if she's feeling it, feeling it. Sometimes we say felt, and we're not separating that it might be a knowing, right? We sometimes we just use that.
So Cheryl, do you like literally, do you take on like the symptoms? Like, do you feel ill? Is it like an actual feeling, or do you just have like a knowing, like something bad's going to happen kind of idea? I'd be interested to know that.
I'm going to guess feeling.
Well,
she just feels it, but I don't know. We'll see what she says.
Yeah.
Cheryl, if you're still here, let us know if you feel it or know it.
Yeah. Vivian, by the way, said that there are a lot of irritating people around me.
Oh, bummer. Sorry, dear. Yeah. Deep dive and leave them behind. Leave them on the shore.
All right, let's pull a card for Cheryl. Kelly, she says.
Oh, she knows. You're right. She knows. So she knows, she doesn't feel it. So I mean, that would be claircognizant. That would be psychic knowing, psychic, you know. You know things. They just told me you know things. You're another one of those people. I just know this person is going to do this. Don't ask me how I know it. I just know that I needed to do this. Don't ask me how. It's claircognizant. So you're psychic. It's mediumship is different. People think just because they're talking about a dead person, psychic people can see dead people. We can see what they look like. We can sense their personality. We can sense they were humorous or serious. The difference between a psychic and a medium is a medium communicates back and forth with the dead person. So it's the actual communication. Now, Cheryl, I think you probably could communicate with them, but at this point, I'm going to say primarily I'm picking up psychic. What did you get, Kelly?
So I just really interesting. So this is another one of my color cards. So this is mauve or mauve, depending on how you want to pronounce it. And it's enjoy clear hearing, which I just think is crazy because, I mean, you know, channeling with spirit and hearing like what you just said, that just kind of freaked me out a little bit. And it's the color of her purple
Oh my gosh, it sure is. Wow. Yes, nice.
So Cheryl, just real quick, I just want to remind you to remember that there is a difference between hearing and listening. Not saying that you don't know that, but if I don't know if I'm right or not, because I don't channel spirit, but I don't know if you're trying really, really hard to communicate with spirit, and that you can't, or you feel like you're stuck or something. So I would just say to you to remember to do two things. One, make sure that your throat chakra is really, really clear, right? And I had wonderful advice from Adrian at Red Lentil Healing, who told me to help me clear my throat chakra, which is all about your communication and also your hearing, is to sing. Sing out loud. Open up your throat chakra and allow the passages so that you can hear. If they are trying to communicate with you in that way, it will just help you, right? It'll increase that ability. I don't know if that helps, my love, but there you go. Moving on. Next.
Great advice. Great advice.
Thank you. Okay, so next up we have Faye, and I think we've got enough questions now, you guys. Thank you so much, because we want to keep this for an hour because Susan Lynn has worked all day. So Faye says, "Can I have a message from my spirit?" I think she means my spirit team, my spirit guides, probably.
Oh yeah, sure.
All right. Mm-hmm. Yes, thank you, Butterfly Kissins, for saying that Susan.
Oh, thank you, dear. I appreciate it.
Readings.
Faye, I really feel like there's so many things coming in. I got to be honest with you. There's sort of a snowstorm, a maelstrom of information around you. What did you get, Kelly?
I got center yourself. Right. Take a few deep breaths to regain your center. Now you can approach life from a more mindful place. I don't know if that's where you're like,
yeah,
the snowstorm, like just a lot.
I can take that and say that they're asking you to stand in your power. You tend to, like all of us, women, this is a very common thing for women, that we go along to get along, right? We're taught from very early age to just go along to get along. Don't stand out. But I feel like you don't normally do that. But I feel like there's a situation in your life where you're wondering if that's prudent. You're wondering if I should do that. Like you're wondering, am I making too big a deal out of this, or should I just forget about it and just go along?
Right.
I feel like Spirit is telling you to stand in your power, very much like what Kelly said, center yourself. So they're telling me right now, when you center yourself, you're going to know what you want to do. You're going to know the right thing to do. That's right on. You're not centered. Like sometimes when they show me that, what it means is, imagine if you're holding your hand straight out from your body and something heavy's in it. Okay, you're not centered. If you bring that heavy thing into your body like this, you're centered. You can move around. You can carry it. We carry our babies on our chest, not at the end of our hands. So I think that's such good advice. Center yourself, and then you'll get the information that you need to get.
Right.
Let us know if that makes any sense, or if you have a question about that.
Next up, we have Tracy. Tracy says, any messages from my guides or spirit, please? Faye says, I'm a little scatterbrained lately. So Faye, you can always try to, like a grounding crystal. So like what do you call it? Like a hematite, or like what is it? Labradorite, right? Is it labradorite?
Obsidian,
no.
labradorite. Labradorite is the wizard stone, so that would actually connect her to source. What is it? That's a labradorite. Obsidian is grounding. Whatever you just said the first time was grounding.
Hematite looks. I can show
hematite. You. But you can Google grounding stones, and then whatever you're drawn to. You can also walk in barefoot in grass.
Yes. Thank you, Butterfly Kisses Healing. That's what I was looking for. Tourmaline. It was on the tip of my tongue. So hematite, hematite is like very metallic-y looking, if you can see that.
Yes.
You can get one of those, Faye, and that can help ground you or center you, right? Do you have a hematite? Okay, love, try that. That might help a wee bit. Okay.
And walk barefoot in grass. You know what I mean? If you do baths, take a bath. Be in nature. Put your hands on the bark of a tree and imagine your energy going down into the earth. You know. But I think for you, barefoot maybe in dirt or grass would be very helpful. Okay, so Tracy, I feel like your guides are telling you to be creative, to get creative, to be lighter. Approach life in a lighter way, have some fun, relax, let go, indulge your creativity, indulge being creative, indulge some fun.
Interesting. So I know Tracy, and Tracy, she's a very versatile, very talented lady. But one of the things that she does do is she is creative. She does make jewelry from crystals. So I'm not sure because she took a wee break. So I don't know if she's getting back into that, or if maybe she stopped or something.
Well, let me elaborate on that a minute. So it seems like there was some pressure. Okay. So when the thing that we're passionate about becomes a job instead of a hobby, we have pressure around it. And then sometimes that just kills the fun of it, that the creative spark kind of dies. So take baby steps, perhaps. Yes. So perhaps just do some things for you.
Yes. So don't
take all the pressure off of it.
Yeah. Don't put so much pressure on yourself. It says, go slowly like the patient turtle, which I just love that. That's so cute. Do not try to rush or force anything. Baby steps are golden. They will lead you to your fondest goals. And just like Susan said, like this, that make it about you, not about, I got to get this done because I got 10 clients or whatever the case may be. Make it about you. Do it for Tracy. I love that. Oh, yay.
So Faye wants to know how she uses, didn't she ask that?
Yes. How does she use it? So you're going to take your stone. This is my amethyst, but just pretend it's your hematite. Right. I just have little ones that are tumbled so I can put them in my hands. I have such tiny hands. Right. I just put it like this in my hand and I literally just rub it. I don't know if that's, you see what I'm saying? I could just rub it like that. When I feel the need. Right. That's literally all there is to it, love.
I went through a period of time where I had to wear a grounding ring. So you can get these rings on Etsy, for any number of dollars from 20 to 100 and plus. And I would always have to wear a grounding ring or a grounding necklace. I went through months where I had to always wear something grounding. So that might be helpful for you.
Lovely. I love that. So this is for Joanne Hall, and Joanne Hall is new. I've not met Joanne Hall, so thank you for being here. My dad passed almost 2 years ago, and I'm still having a difficult time. Does he have a message? Joanne, I'm very sorry for your loss. I know how you. I know how that feels. I've lost both my parents as well, and my heart goes out to you, love. It's not an easy. It's not an easy road. That road.
I agree. Sorry for your loss. I have both of my parents, brother, sister. I have a whole bunch of people over there.
Wow.
So your dad, I usually like to have their name, but let's just see. Joanne's dad. The guy that's coming through for me right now is, I knew that was, so there's two men coming through right now. One is a bit on the short side, a slight, not heavy. Short side meaning 5'6", 5'8", something, 5'9", I don't know. Then there's another guy that was the first guy that came through.
His name is John.
John. Okay, super. The guy that I think is your dad is taller. The second guy that came through is a bit taller, and also the kind of body type that he was probably thin at one time, but maybe put on a little bit weight later in life. Would you let me know in the chat which one of those is your dad, or if any of that makes any sense? The shorter guy that's
I wouldn't be surprised if one of them is my dad, because he is that kind of a guy to walk in and go like, "Excuse me, hello."
That happens. Let me tell you.
Joanne, let us know in the chat, love.
Yeah. And maybe that's not enough information for her. Let me go back and chat. I feel like I'm drawn to the taller guy. He just seems like the guy. But there's two men here, and I'm not sure which one is your dad. So let me see. John, step forward and let me talk to you. Your daughter is here. She wants to talk to you. Okay. 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 The guy that I'm getting that I feel 57 shrunk.
5'7".
5'7" shrunk. Okay, so the first one is your dad. Okay, so I'm getting. I don't know who that taller. That might be your dad, actually, Kelly. Was your dad a bit? Oh, you said your dad was more outgoing.
Totally.
This guy's not outgoing. So I don't know who this taller guy is. He could be a family member, but anyway, because it's a shorter guy. Okay, so the shorter guy. I feel like he's just a sweetheart. I feel like just a warm-hearted guy. Wouldn't hurt a fly. Just very gentle, easygoing. And again, tell me if I'm wrong, because I want to make sure that I'm connecting to the right guy before I keep going. If that makes sense, just say yes. If it doesn't, say no, and I'll go back and figure out where I'm wrong. But this guy that I'm feeling like is your dad, this is him in his older years, I feel like, as he escaped from Yugoslavia. Okay, well, that makes sense. Yep. And so he was the best. Okay, yes. I feel like he was never a guy to start anything or be looking for trouble, or even to, I just feel like he was a bit quiet in some ways, right? Just thank you. I can see him holding his hands out as you gave him something. He tended to put both hands out and take the cup, right? I don't know why he it's just like, thank you. He was just very genuine, gentle. He sends us love. He sends us love to you. I feel a lot of love for you from him. I feel like I don't want to keep going because this could get long, but I feel like you do have things of his that you hold on to, something in your hands that you want to hold on to sometimes, that you touch. on occasion, but he does visit you. He doesn't. This isn't the kind of guy that would ever want to be a bother. So he's not going to show up and move things or be loud or make his presence known. But his energy is pretty light, so you don't always feel it. But he does visit you. He does send his love. He would joke when he didn't feel well. Yes, I agree. Very quiet. Yes, I agree. Yes. Yeah, that's the guy. It's the cross, the Saint Christopher that you hold. Right. Okay, of his. Yes, I'm just feeling so much love for you from my heart. So he's wonderful. Making me feel it in my heart for you. Okay.
Oh, I love that. I hope that helps, Joanne. I just pulled 2 cards for you, love. I've got, this is from the Spirit Animal Wisdom deck. So this is Leaf Cutter Ant, the Army of Life. And the message here is ask for help, seek support. You are not alone. Most important. So if you feel like you want to talk to your dad, just start talking to him. He can hear you. Just start talking to your dad. I talk to my mommy all the time. I talk to my daddy all the time. Just talk to them. They are always there. They're always listening. And then I pulled this from the Sacred Destiny Oracle, and this is opportunity. Now, I don't know if this is reminding you that you do have the opportunity to speak to them. I don't know if this is about you have the opportunity to not feel alone, that there are people, as a reminder that you do have a support system, or quite simply, I love this time of night, when the stars come out, and it's very peaceful and very serene to me. And oftentimes, if it's too cold, I'll just look out the window. I find a lot of peace comes to me when I'm just sort of staring at the moon and the stars. And you can literally get some power from that, allow it to sort of like enter you, just like you do with the sun, right? Reach up, close your eyes, almost like that whole idea of wish upon a star, right? I hope that helps, love. And again,
Joanne, let us know if you look at the stars and think of your dad. I think you might. And if you're not doing that, then that Kelly is suggesting, that card, that energy is suggesting that you might find some sort of solace in that.
Yeah, I just think that's beautiful. Okay, so we have 3 more. Is that okay?
Oh yeah, she looks at the stars and thinks of him all the time. The card was actually,
thank you for
communicating that.
That's awesome. I'm so happy for you. That's lovely that you get to experience that with your daddy. I know how important it is, my love.
Yes, we can do 3 more. Let's do it.
Okay, so this is, thank you, Susan Lynn. This is Anastasia. What a beautiful name. Anastasia, love that. Hi, Linda.
Anastasia, thank you for joining us tonight. So when I go into your energy, I feel like, you know what they're saying to you? They're saying, do it. Take the risk. Take the plunge. Take the next step. It seems like they're encouraging you to do something that perhaps you've been considering, even if it's not something that you're considering, very consciously. It could be something that you're just sort of thinking about, or maybe you had, right. So what they're saying is, so our guides communicate to us like this, like we just get an idea, like I just had an idea to go do this. It could be go back to school. It could be moving. It feels like it's something that's going to move you forward, to give you more skills, give you more experience, something like that. Security. Security, right? Yep.
Yeah, going to provide you with a sense of security.
It's got a little adventure to it too, but yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah. And just cut the deck, and I don't. Anyone in my chat knows I don't cut decks. I like love it when I shuffle and I cut out. I feel like I'm really connecting, and I've got this wonderful card of watermelon, which is have fun with your inner child.
Oh my God, I love it. I love it.
If you can, I don't know if you can see this on this card. If you look really, really closely, there's like a carving there.
Yep.
See that?
Yep.
So maybe you're supposed to channel something creatively, right? Like
yes.
Like literally, right?
Yes, I totally agree with that.
Some sketching or painting or
Yeah.
something like that.
Yes. Or tattoo, even. I just got tattoo. I don't know.
There you go. Beautiful. All right. So next up we have Anna Banana. What does Spirit say should be my next step? The questions are closed rows for tonight, but thank you for being here. And thank you everyone for being here.
Thank you,
and
everyone.
That's nice. Thank you.
Anna Banana, good to see you. So I think you asked earlier if I was going to have another class soon, and
Yes.
Kim of Medium Kim and I co-teach quite often. We are going to be announcing a class pretty soon. So keep your eyes peeled. It should be in the next couple of weeks that it starts, actually.
I want to take a class too.
Awesome. Kim and I love teaching. We teach really well together. We have some of our Sun Psychic Gene, Pure Visionary, a lot of people that have been so wonderful to work with here. Okay, so Anna Banana, what should be your next step? Don't take this the wrong way, dear. But, they're showing me that your feet are in a glue trap. You've seen those glue traps where they're like you're trying to lift your foot and the glue is like, it's kind of stretchy. So I feel like there's a step that you need to take. Right. So go watch the damn thing video.
Holy cow.
Because it might help you elucidate the next step. That's what it's about.
Anna Banana's laughing at me because she knows me and she knows I just pulled a card that just said something that you just said that I went, holy cow, sorry.
Okay, well, go ahead. Let's do it. Jump in.
I've got make peace with uncertainty.
That's it. Yeah.
Standing upside down on your head. It may take a while to find clarity about a situation. Be patient. Know that invisible healing forces are at work during this phase. And then I also pulled this card, which is the Hare, which is strength.
Oh my God, I love that it's strength.
Right? Take time to make clear decisions, bring awareness and light to the situation. So when you said about the feet stuck in the glue trap, that's when I pulled that card. That's why I went, oh my God. Yeah.
I don't think, when I go in your energy, I don't think you have, so many directions you can go. I think the first step is not going to determine all of the other steps. I think that's a really important message they just had. Taking one step is not signing a contract for the rest of your life. It's simply one step. So take that one step, take 5 steps.
Yeah.
I think something that we forget is that if we make a bad decision, we can just make another decision.
That's right.
Right? It's look, if you order something off the menu and you hate it, you're not going to starve to death and die. You're going to go back to the menu and say, that didn't work. I'm going to order this. Right? So
exactly.
Give
You
yourself the permission to do that.
I love that. That's great advice. Love that. All right. Thank you, Anna Banana. All right. So up next, or last, I should say, not next, is Kaz. So hi, Kelly and Susan Lynn. Would appreciate message from Spirit and Guides. Thank you. Kaz, Liberty at Large. And I love his name. Liberty at Large.
Kaz, something is holding you back, dear. And I feel like it's family. Now, if you think that this doesn't make any sense, I'm going to tell you, make a note and let it go, because it's going to make sense later. Sometimes the things that are holding us back, we can't, it's a blind spot. We can't see it. So something's holding you back. They want you to live your best life. It's time to move on. It's time to take that next step, just like Anna Banana. Take the next step. Honor your inner child. Exactly. What does that mean? Like, so tell them, Kelly, what does that mean when you honor your inner child?
So the message on the card says that it's to focus on your inner child's needs. Is your inner child afraid, or in need of more playtime? Cherish this precious being within you. So in other words, listen, right? It's okay. Like, tell yourself it's all right to let your hair down and go play in the sandbox if that's what you want to do. It's okay that you take time for yourself, to pursue a hobby that you're passionate about. Literally 15 minutes a week is all you need to invest in yourself. And I guarantee you within 2 weeks, you will increase that time. You will find the time to give yourself back what you deserve. But allowing yourself to schedule that in that's the hard part, because we are trained to think that, everything else is more important than we are. And you have to think of us as human beings as a car. The car isn't going to serve you very well if you don't give it a regular tune-up.
Or gas. Stop and put the gas in the tank, man. So I feel like somebody's guilt tripping you. I don't know if you're still in the chat, but I feel like somebody might be guilt tripping you a little bit. And I feel like you're a sensitive person, and I think that you want to you're an honor person. You want to honor you just want to be a nice person. And sometimes people are manipulating a little bit of that.
I'm laughing because Allie just popped in and said, "Here I am. Love that you are here."
Allie. All right, Allie. Good to see you. I miss doing this with you, Allie. We're gonna have to do a thing. Maybe the three of us could do a thing.
Oh my God. Okay. You need to come on Circle of Friends with Allie and I. Yay.
Okay. Let's do it.
Kaz just said 11:11 on the clock here.
Whoa. Yeah.
So I have a total thing about 1:11. So that's awesome. Kaz, I hope that you understood what Susan Lynn was saying about your, possibly feeling a little bit. Okay. So interesting read, some meditation. Thank you. Yeah.
I'll just give you this last thing. Spirit is showing me you're a little bit, held in tight. They want you to spread your wings. Okay.
Kaz, I don't know if you've ever tried any mirror work or not, but you might benefit from having a conversation with yourself in the mirror to reinforce your personal power, to reinforce your strength, right? I do mirror work unlike most people that I know. I have a conversation with my reflection as if that's my BFF, right? So I keep it real. I keep it honest. Just want to warn you, there are some unexpected emotions that most often happen when you do mirror work. So just prepare yourself for that. But have a real and honest conversation with yourself. Hey, how's it going? Wow, you look a little bit tired. Look at those bags in your eyes. How are we gonna alleviate that?
No, I'm gonna draw the line. We cannot talk bad about ourselves.
Well, no, but where I'm going with that, like, you look a little tired, you got some bags on your eyes, so let's alleviate that. Let's go have a hot bubble bath.
Aww.
Let's go have a carpet picnic. You know what I mean? In the living room. Let's turn on our funny movies, whatever the case may be. So keep it real, be honest, but like not brutal, obviously. You try to keep it as positive as possible. And I think that sometimes just allowing yourself to see yourself in terms of your best friend, because as I love this quote. This is a quote that Meghan Markle said. Think of how we treat our very best friends. We treat them amazingly. So why don't we treat ourselves like that? So I want you to talk to yourself in the mirror like you're talking to your best friend, even though it's your reflection, and show yourself the love that your BFF would show you, right? That same kind of support, that same kind of understanding. And I hope that helps. Look at that. Thank you. Have Louise Hay's mirror workbook not read yet. Thanks for the reminder, Kelly. You guys are awesome in the chat. Thank you so much, everyone, for being here. Susan Lynn, honest to God, I am like tickled pink. I don't know that I'm going to be able to. I couldn't sleep last night for the excitement and anticipation that you're coming. And I don't know that I'll be able to sleep tonight because I was reading cards with Susan Lynn.
No,
we were connected. I'm like, just woohoo. That's awesome.
You're very good. I don't know what you're talking about, girlfriend. You're holding your own out here. I'm just assisting.
I'm on top of the world. So thank you so much for doing this. Thank you for being here. Everyone in the chat, please don't ever forget, you are phenomenal. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep supporting each other. Keep participating. Keep sharing. Sometimes saying hi to someone makes all the difference in the world. And I love each and every one of you for supporting us. Susan Lynn's channel is in the description box. Please do go check her out. I will find the damn thing and link it in the description box below. And do you have anything else that you would like to say, Susan?
Thank you so much for having me on your channel. Thank you so much to everybody who came. So much love for you guys. And Kelly, you're amazing, girl. I'm telling you, you're really a natural.
Thank you so much. You're so sweet. Don't make me cry. No, you're so sweet. Thank you, everyone, for being here. Thank you. I love you lots. And I will see you on Friday, 3 p.m. Eastern for Thank Spirit It's Friday. And our guest this week for April Fool's Day will be Gerald, which is Tarot Stash. So I hope everyone will tune in for that.
Oh, fun.
And then on Sunday at 2:30 p.m. Eastern, we will be here with Sun Psychic Jean. So,
wow, nice.
Yes. So I will see everyone. Many blessings. Mwah.
Bye, everybody.